Why running after fear is so important? Let me say that. Why running after fear is so important? A lot of people, they think of fear and they get terrified, because it is scary. There is a healthy fear, like, for example, if you're going to jump out of a plane and you've never done it before, you should be pretty terrified. That's a healthy fear, by the way. But there's some fears in life, like social anxiety, or afraid to go do something because more or less within you're afraid to. So let me kind of reach on what I'm fully meaning by that. For me, I've dealt with social anxiety a lot. Till this day, I do. I took a personality test and it says I'm extroverted, and I am, but I'm more introverted than I am extroverted. Why? Because fear still controls me. And what I mean by that is, you go into society, and some people, they might relate fully to what I'm saying. Other people might like, well, I could see what you're saying, but you go into society and sometimes you feel terrified because you're always kind of worrying what someone else might think about you, right? That's an unhealthy fear because it's kind of saying, you're self-cautious. And that's healthy, but it's also saying and telling you have low self-esteem because you don't fully know who you are, and you're more worried about what other people are going to think about you than what, really matters. And that has its time and place because you should be considerate to what someone thinks of you. Don't get me wrong. But if you're to the point where you don't want to say nothing and you're afraid of it, that's bad. So why is fear healthy? If you notice you're afraid of something, it's telling you that you can have potential to grow. Let me restate that. If you're afraid of something, run after it because it has a lot of potential for you to grow. The more you go do something that you're afraid of, take like going on stage. Everyone I know of is pretty much terrified. If you did that every single day for a whole week, by the end of the week you feel like, oh, this isn't so bad. And if you're still a little afraid, I can guarantee you're not going to be as bad as when you first started. I mean, I can guarantee you that because you're getting comfortable with it. You're getting used to it. You're accepting it. And once you start feeling comfortable doing stuff, you're not going to be so afraid of stuff. And eventually you're not going to be afraid at all. And you don't even think about it. It's like, oh, whatever. It's normal. That's why fears are good. I was watching this TED Talk. I really wish I knew the name of it. But you could probably find it. The psychologist was saying everyone gets afraid a lot, right? You start sweating, your heart starts pumping, and you're getting terrified. And people view that in a negative way because society kind of has almost taught that, oh, that means you shouldn't do that. If you start viewing it in a positive way, your body's actually releasing positive chemicals, and you're going to actually do way better. You're still going to be afraid, don't get me wrong, but you're going to actually do better because your body is getting all sweating and stuff because it's kind of telling you, hey, you know what, this is new to me, this is new territory. You might want to get ready to prepare for what's about to go down. Your heart's pumping the enthusiasm to make you less excited to do it. And that's good because once you start viewing it in a positive way, your whole perspective of it changes. Same with the whole fear thing. If you start viewing it in the positive way of saying, oh, well, this is going to make me a stronger me, this is going to make me become better, more accustomed to different situations, more flexible, that's just going to help you in life. It's going to help you understand with people better, help you not be afraid of stuff. A lot of people, are afraid of like the dark, right? And I guess it always depends on other, stuff. I used to be afraid of the dark until I realized, well, I can only die once, and maybe that's not a good way to look at it, but like that's kind of like how I view it. If you only can die once, like what's the worst that could happen? Maybe that's me living on the edge a little, but either or, it makes me not so afraid like I used to be. So run after your fears and become stronger because of it.